Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors unto the elders, apostles, great millstone, the elders, great millstone, and of course, peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, the sincere servants of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, serving him in truth and sincerity. Yeah, so today's topic, we're going to go into the nations, the Gentiles, and the 18 biblical nations that the scriptures speak about. We just had some, random bug out come out to the camp, basically, if you can recall the story, basically saying that Japheth could be saved and, the other nations could be saved.
Yeah. Like you said, Esau was, so-called white man was Japheth.
Yeah, and then that teaching, that doctrine is common,
Everybody teaches that.
Yeah, within Israel, you got
Arabs
people.
teach that.
Right. So real quick, if you can read me the 18 nations.
Yeah.
So the 18 nations, or this list that the brother's about to read, is the 18 nations according to the Bible. So, we're going to link it up to what, these nations describe. Basically what the modern day people are according to the, biblical nations. So if you can read it.
Okay. So Israel, or Yasharallah, being the 12 tribes, all right, starting with the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay. We got the so-called white man, Adawam, or Edom. All right, so-called Edomites of the Bible, Esau, Edom. All right, you got India, Ayalam, or Elam. All right, East Indians. Okay. Assyria, Ashawar, Assur. Alright, Syria, Aram, Aram, or Aram, the same. Alright, the Arabs, Yashamayala, Ishmael, Chinese, Mawa'aba, Moab, Japanese, Imawan, Ammon, Ethiopians, Kawash, Cush, Egyptians, Matazarium, Mizraim, North Africa, Powat or Foot, South Africans, Canaan, Turkey, Gomer, Russian, Magog, Greek, Yawan, Javan, German, Ashkenaz or Ashkenaz, Spanish, Thorashiash, Tarshish, and Cyprus, Cathayim, Kittim.
Yeah, and by the way, you can link this all up using scripture, using ancient maps. You can determine, for example, when the scriptures speak about Gog and Magog, you can look at an ancient map, and it'll literally be, it'll show you, basically the land around Russia, and as well you can link up, the many prophecies that it speaks about that these nations will do, such as Gog and Magog warring against Babylon the Great. And the scriptures say how Gog and Magog, covers, basically paraphrasing, a large part of the earth. And how Russia, for example, covers a large part of the world because Russia is the biggest country. So in many ways like that, we can link up what the nations are within the scripture, and link it up today to the modern day people. So we just had, someone recently who came up saying that Esau is Japheth, which we can easily disprove that. If you can go ahead and give me real quick Genesis chapter 27, Psalms the blessing.
Good.
And actually, yeah, go ahead and give me Genesis 27. But one way we can prove that Esau is not Japheth is because Esau doesn't even stem from Japheth. But you had Noah,
so-called white man.
Right, the so-called white man. Esau stems from Noah. You got Shem, Ham, and Japheth. We know Ham to be the so-called Africans, which are not the Negroes. You can go ahead and look at that died up in the Zondervan's dictionary. And then you have Noah, which Noah is the ancestor of Isaac, of Jacob, and of Esau. So Esau doesn't stem from Japheth, so that makes completely no sense for Esau to be Japheth because he's not even a descendant of Japheth. So I mean, right there we can disprove that. We know that we are our father's lineage, according to Numbers chapter 1:18. We are our father's lineage, so that makes no sense for Esau to be Japheth because again, he's not the descendant of Japheth. So that would be impossible. So go ahead and read me the blessing.
This is the book of Genesis 27 and 38. It says that Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessed my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Yeah, so Esau was given that blessing. You know, Japheth wasn't given that blessing. That's why, well, let's go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it.
Yep. Verse 39, it says, And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion.
Yeah. You can stop at where it says the sword. So if you can read that again.
Kind. It says, verse 40, and by the sword thou shalt live.
Nah, I mean start with the dew of heaven and life, and not at the sword.
Okay. Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by the sword shalt thou live.
Yeah, so by the sword, and so what does this mean? The dew of heaven and the fatness of earth means that Esau would have mass wealth. He have, obtained a lot of resources within the world. So that dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth is speaking about Esau being, having, again, a lot of riches, a lot of wealth on the earth. And currently Japheth, Japheth does not have the riches, and resources of the world as much as Esau does. Japheth doesn't have control over the earth. And of course, Japheth to be the so-called Polynesians, or the Indonesians, and basically that area, that'd be Japheth. As well as basically the islands and stuff, again, such as the Polynesian islands, and which without a doubt, it's a lot of shake, for example, within Hawaii, but that's the Polynesians are basically the Japhites. So yeah, in Genesis chapter 27 says how Esau will have rule over the earth with the sword. So what is our modern day sword today? That's what the military, the missiles. Does Japheth, does the Polynesians, and the nearby nations, around the Polynesians have, power with the sword, meaning that they can go around every country, with the sword, taking whatever they want, robbing them or other country. We know that Esau has done that, so-called white man, starting with America. He was able to go, amongst these other nations. I mean, even started with 1619 in 1492 with the conquistadors and slavery. Esau was able to steal us as a people, steal our land, put us in cargo slave ships, take whatever we had, take all of our resources, steal all the gold, everything we had. And why was Esau able to do that? Because Esau was given the blessing. Japheth wasn't given a blessing like Esau was. That's why the so-called white man, he's in rulership today. And plus, you got people saying that Esau Japheth. What does that even mean? They say that, but they can't prove it.
The scriptures, they also give a physical representation of who the Edomites are, because when you read Genesis the 25th chapter.
Oh yeah, go ahead and get that.
Yeah, this is the book of Genesis 25 and 25. It say, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So, what's one of the main things that the Edomites is known for? Having no pigmentation in their skin, so they come out red. What Esau has done is, he made the term white. All right, trying to make himself look like he's above. All right, he's the light. He's the purest nation. All right, which is completely false. And he also labeled Jake, being black, being the opposite, negative, void of light. all right, to uplift himself. But what do we know? His true color is red. All right, it's not white as he makes it try to seem. All right, it's red because he has no pigment, so you can see the blood through the devil's skin, man. All right.
Yeah, right. You know, it's no person on this planet Earth that has the skin color of white. You know, I'm looking at a white car, like the sign, for example, it's white. Do I see any Edomite that has this skin color, you know, as this exact same color on this sign? No. But again, as the brother's going into, Esau created that, you know, calling himself white because, you know, white has when he, you know, the biblical meaning of white in a symbolic sense is, you know, purity, is completeness, is, you know, perfection.
Plain.
Yeah, plain.
Clean.
Or clean, slut, clean. And, you know, that's a term that Esau put upon himself. Well, as we just read, Esau was given the description of having red skin, Adawam, in the Hebrew, which literally means red.
Read 27 too. Genesis 25 and 27. It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Right. So Esau was a cunning hunter. That's why Esau is, you know, he likes to hunt. He likes to hunt. I mean, Esau treats hunting as a sport. You know, he's willing to kill deers. I mean, you can go out and link up the event that occurred within, well, you know, basically when Esau came here on ships to the Americas, you know, he was completely slaughtering the Native Americans, and as well he was slaughtering all the buffalo, you know, within the America, or, you know, within North America.
Yeah. You know, if you ever see like an proud Edomite who hunts, you know, he always has like the head of a venison as like a trophy, or like a, you know, a rug of like a bear, or, you know, things like that. You know, just keeping it as like trophies, like, you know, oh, you know, finally got my first kill today. And a lot of the Edomites, you know, they don't just do it and eat it and use every part. No, what do? They just kill it, you know, because they have that type of, you know, that type of bloodlust. They just like to kill, like to hunt. All right, that's just what they do as a sport. All right.
Yeah, and it's said how Jacob was a plain man. And when you get that word for plain, I believe it's the Hebrew word thamayim, or thumb, which means to be, you know, to be perfect, to be complete. So if you can go back to Genesis chapter 27.
Yeah. This is Genesis 27 and 40. It say, and by the sword thou shalt live.
Yeah, so by the sword thou shalt live. And again, Esau lives by his sword, man, by his military, by his missiles. If another country isn't doing what he said, or doesn't want, if another country isn't doing what Esau, the so-called white man, wants him to do, what does he do? You know, he sets up propaganda, he sets up false attacks, you know, T attacks. He sets those up so that, you know, he's basically put in the light, and then he does whatever he wants to that country. That shows you that he has the power to rule over the earth with a sword. And real quick, if you can give me Job chapter 9:24 after you're finished with that.
God. I'll just finish the verse, and it says, and by the sword thou shalt live, and thou shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Yeah.
I'll read the next two.
Because it came to a point where Esau was able to, you know, basically free himself from the bonds of Jacob, because we have been ruling over the Edomites at certain periods of time. Like, you know, the King David overtook the Edomites. During the Dark Ages, you know, we're the ones in power. That's why they call it the Dark Ages, because that was the time period when they weren't in power. So go ahead.
Verse 41, And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Yeah, and that's the spirit that Esau is in, man, after Jacob. We can read Obadiah chapter 1. I believe Ezekiel chapter 25 or 35. It goes into how Esau has had a perpetual hatred for Jacob. And that stems back from Genesis chapter 27. When, basically Esau made a pledge, basically Esau made a pledge, man, that he, after the death of his father, of Isaac, he's basically gonna take down Jacob.
Yeah, and that's where the hatred from Esau truly stems from. It's not just because we're melanated and he's not. All right, it's not anything like that. It really comes from that. All right, and the the elites. They know who they truly are according to the Bible, man. All right, and they know. All right, and now we're coming back and we know who we are according to the Bible, man. The elites, they tried to hide this knowledge from us, so they can stay in rulership. All right, but here we are now in the highways and hedges, preaching it to the four corners of the earth, and now the truth is widespread around the four corners of the earth, man. All right, around the whole planet. All right.
Yeah.
But I got that Job 9:24. Right. This is the book of Job 9:24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and as we read, Esau stems from Isaac, and Isaac stems, of course, all the way back to Noah. Isaac doesn't stem from Japheth. Esau doesn't stem from Japheth. So that's how the people who say, Esau and Japheth, they really don't know the Bible and they don't understand it. Because again, what you are is determined by your lineage. Esau does not stem from Japheth. So it's impossible for Esau to be Japheth.
Yeah. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the reason why we're in this hellhole right now is because the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. I mean, what happens if you give, a demon, a devil, power over the earth? What do you think is going to result of that? Hell, it's going to, the air is going to be polluted, the water is going to be defiled. The food is going to be GMO'd and messed up. It's going to be, you're going to work these laborious jobs, and, you won't be able to, basically you won't be able to be easily self-sufficient, meaning having your own farm, having your own land, basically living on your own. Now Esau wants you to rely upon him. He wants you to go to these supermarkets, because again, Esau likes to be in control. And, again, the devil is in rulership.
Yeah, and not to mention, he directs most of that hell towards Jake's.
Right.
All right. He made, not only as his wickedness and influence is widespread around the whole world, but it's directed towards Jake, man. All right. Our power, it comes from the holy scriptures. We're supposed to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. But Esau makes it a point, to break every law, man.
Yeah, right. Esau pushes. Another reason why we understand that the wicked is in rulership, because the same ruler, which is the Edomites, so-called white man, he's the one funding and pushing for the sodomite lifestyle, the alphabet lifestyle, for you to be a sodomite, HOMO. And what Esau funds a lot of money into that, and especially directs it to our people, so that again, our people become wicked.
Yeah. What else? He wants you to worship the woman, only have one wife. All right. Put the woman on this pedestal. Have them rule over the men. Have the men be weak.
Yeah, right. Because imagine that you're a sodomite and you worship the woman. Literally, all your power is taken away from you, and that's what Esau wants. He doesn't. Our power comes from worshiping Yahweh Bashmi Ashai and doing the Lord's will, doing what the Lord said to do, keeping the laws, statutes, commandments. You know, that's where our power stems from. Esau understands that. So what does he do? He makes us do, he tries to make us do the complete opposite. You know, break, you know, set up the society where breaking law, statute, commandments are pushed and, you know, promoted.
Yeah.
Such as eating pork, being a sodomite, living the alphabet lifestyle. You know, being, I mean, it's still a point where you have to be PC, you know, politically correct.
Yeah.
So, you know, we, concerning our videos, you know, we basically got to use, you know, words. You know, basically we can't use buzzwords, or else the you know, algorithm is gonna take down our videos.
Yeah, and Esau's a hypocrite because, you know, he claims that, you know, when you have to be in court and the judicial system and such, you know, you have to swear on the Bible, man. Like they go with the scriptures, which, you know, we know that they don't do that. What do? They cast up false idols, man, like Cesare Borgia, you know, the Roman Catholic, Virgin Mary. All right, he sets you up to worship these certain idols, man. All right, and he does that in order for us to go off, in order for us to never find the truth. All right, but the Lord put spirit on certain men, all right, to study the scriptures, all right, and gain the knowledge, man. And with this knowledge, you know, pretty much preach it, you know, so the four corners of the earth can hear it. All right.
Yeah.
Go to Genesis 10th chapter.
Cool.
Go back to Genesis 20. Jacob and Esau are two different lineages. We're going to read the lineage. We're going to read the lineage of Esau.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 10 and 1. It say, now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The son of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan,
the so-called white man is not originally from Europe.
Yes, I was about to say, I meant to say, of course, you know, Esau stems from Noah, but ultimately Esau stems from Shem. That's what I meant to say. You know, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Esau stems from Shem. He does not stem from Japheth.
Yeah, when you look at a map of where we all came from. We came from the Garden of Eden. Get Genesis, not Genesis, Galatians. Jerusalem is the mother of us all. And we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. All right? The divine line of Adam was kicked out of the garden. But the Ham stayed, certain nations of Ham stayed in the garden. All right? And that was the Canaanites. They used to be called Jebusites. You can look up the Hebrew word for Jebus. They inhabited, that was what Jerusalem was called. Or that was the name of the people, the sons of Jebus. But it's a Hebrew name. That's like the English way of saying it. The Caucasian people that are in Europe now are not the original inhabitants of Europe. The original inhabitants of Europe are brown, dark-skinned people that were pushed out, that were replaced over the centuries. And one notable person was Alexander. He replaced a lot of the original native Europeans from Europe and pushed them southeast, right, and east. And the brother mentioned that they dwell amongst Indonesia, Australia, Hawaii. All right, they look Asiatic, they look Moabitish, all right, but they're not Moabites. All right, they're a different seed. They're the seed of Japheth. All right. Continue to read 10th chapter.
Genesis 10 and 4. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, and Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands.
Yeah, those are dark-skinned people, brown-skinned people. All right, before the so-called white man, Esau came, the first person to be pale flesh like that, well, technically it was Cain. That's what we believe. The curse that was put on Cain was the curse of leprosy. And then the Mormons used to teach that the curse was a curse of being dark skinned. That's what the Mormons used to. You can go on YouTube and find a cartoon that Cain was cursed and he all turned dark skinned and they had woolly hair. Then when Christ Jesus, the Judge of the Borgia, all right, the Lord impersonator, was painted to be the new image of the Savior. The Mormons would have him, the pale-faced, long-hair Christ figure, all right, which is not the biblical representation of the Lord. They'll have him blessing someone, and then their dark skin turning pale flesh. All right, so you know they're racist. They're racist, but they say they don't teach that anymore. And we got you can go on YouTube and find it. I don't know if they took it down, but that you can find those cartoons online. All right, so the original inhabitants of Europe, Europa, Andromeda, King Midas, those were not Caucasian people, okay? Heracles, all right? The original Romans, they were not Caucasian people. Those were brown, dark-skinned people that inhabited the land of Europe. And what was Julius Caesar's campaign about? It was about exterminating the barbarians, the brown-skinned people in Europe. He exterminated them and put them in slavery and then mixed with them. And then deported some of them. That's how Esau get down. Look at America. That's what Julius Caesar's campaign was about. It was about exterminating brown-skinned people in Europe. All right? That are not Israelites. Many of them were not Israelites. We had a scattering of Israelites everywhere, but they were mainly the seed of Japheth that inhabited Europe. All right?
Yeah.
Now get to about this with the seeds. You said read that part, but read that last verse again.
Genesis 10 and 5, it says, by these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families, in their nations.
Right, so Esau didn't come about until Isaac and Rebekah. That's when Esau came into the picture. That's when the pale flesh people came into the picture. Before that, they were all brown and dark-skinned people. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The people that came out of Esau began to populate the world with paler flesh people. Before that, they were all brown and dark-skinned people. You want to say something?
Yeah, I'm about to say, the once again say it. Of course, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Esau stems from Shem. Of course, I kind of, I got a little bit mixed up, but yeah, Esau stems from Shem, and they're going to the point that Isaac stems from Shem as well, and Esau does not stem from Japheth. Isaac doesn't stem from Japheth.
Right.
They once again say it.
Yeah, you link Esau up with the so-called white man by the prophecies. You don't link Esau up. You don't link Japheth up with where they currently live, because the scriptures and prophecy renamed Esau as Gog and Magog. Right? Because the Russians now inhabit the land of Gog and Magog, but the original inhabitants of Gog and Magog were not Caucasian people. The original inhabitants of Gog and Magog were brown-skinned people. Right? And the Lord can take your pick and like you got the Chinese, you got a lot of them are fairer skinned. You got some of them that are like medium brown. You look at certain anime cartoons, the Japanese, you'll see they all look more, paler flesh, but then you'll see like this one dark character. You saw that on Pokemon. All right, Brock, I believe. All right, because their original color was brown skin. All right, and they mixed themselves with Esau. And the Lord can just change the complexion. He can do that. All right, but their original inhabitants, they're not pale flesh people. All right, it's commonly said that they're yellow. All right, that's still not. They're not really yellow. They're light brown skin. All right, they're different from the flesh of the so-called white man. All right, the so-called white man did not come about until Esau. All right, they get Jerusalem. Read that real quick. And then you go to Genesis 36. I believe it gives you the dukes of Edom, the generations of Esau. All right, and we know who Esau is by his blessing, not by his current land by itself. You had to put both of them together. The land mass and their blessing. The blessing is over the land mass, okay? Esau is everywhere on the fucking earth. So you can't say that those are the original inhabitants of where Esau dwelled. That's not the original inhabitants of where the so-called white man came from Esau. He came from the Levant, Mesopotamia, okay? That's where Esau was born. He wasn't born in Europe. He wasn't born in Norway and Sweden, in Britain. Those were brown-skinned Japhites that originally inhabited that land. There's no prophecy that says Japhet was going to take over the whole world and his blessing was going to be the sword. That's Esau. That's how we know the Russians are the Edomites. That's how we know that the modern day Russians, Gog and Magog, the modern day Britons, we know that they're Edomites. The modern day Swedes, Europeans, for the main part, they're Edomites. It's because of Julius Caesar conquered the brown-skinned people in Europe. Whenever Esau goes out and conquers areas, he's slaughtering people, deporting people, and mixing with them. That's what Julius Caesar did. That's what Alexander did. That's why when you look over there in Asia, like Kazakhstan, you'll see some of them look like Moabites and some of them look like Edomites. This is a fact. Because of Alexander. How did Europe get pale flesh? Because of Julius Caesar. He launched the campaign to conquer Europe. All right? Good. Jerusalem.
The Galatians.
Jerusalem is the mother of God.
So this is.
So you can't like the modern day Israelites. All right, the modern day Israelites, they look pale flesh. They're called Israel or Jews by the world. All right, by some of the world. They are recognized as Israelites, which they're not. Just because they're in the land, it makes them Israelites. No, the biblical Israelites is prophesied that they're going to be scattered all over the earth, and they were going to be brought back into the kingdom, into the Jerusalem by the Lord, not by the Rothschilds, not by the Americans and the British. Just because you're in the land now don't mean you're the original inhabitants of that land. I got it, read it.
Yep. Let's go. It says Galatians chapter 4 and 22, for it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by a bondmaid and the other by a free woman. But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he of the free woman was by promise, which things are an allegory. For these are the two covenants, the one from Mount Sinai, which genereth the bondage, which is Agar. Now for this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answereth to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with their children. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Right, which is the mother of us all, because the Garden of Eden was, the Lord said he planted a garden eastward in Eden. All right, that was Jerusalem. All right, it was in the east, and it was Jerusalem, the mother of us all. So we all come from the garden, and we spread out throughout the world. And then it tells you about Pangea, Peg-leg, and in those days was the earth divided. And Babylon, the original, those were actual Hamites. They built the tower, and then the Lord got scattered them through the language, meaning separate their languages. All right? So the modern day Israelites will be considered so-called white people. Okay? That doesn't make them actual Israelites. All right? We're the actual Israelites. Give me Genesis 36.
This is Genesis 36 and 1. It says, now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Verse 2, Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan.
Yeah, which he wasn't supposed to do. All right? And that proves that the Lord controls your flesh. All right? Because the Moabites were not pale flesh, and a lot of them are fairer skin now. Okay? Esau got with super dark Africans. Well, we call them Africans today. There's no such thing as African. He got super dark Canaanites. And his children came out pale flesh. Right? What?
Yep. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan Ada, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Olibamah, the daughter of Anna, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite, and Bashemath, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nabajah. And Ada bare to Esau Eliphaz, and Bashemath bare Ruel, and Aholibamah bare Jush.
Go to 16th chapter, 16th verse.
God, it says 36 to 16. It says Duke Korah, Duke Gad-Troop, and Duke Amalek. These are the dukes that came of Eliphaz in the land of Edom.
Who was that? Duke Amalek? I don't know.
Duke Amalek. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Read it again.
Verse 16, it says Duke Korah, Duke Gadam, and Duke Amalek. These are the dukes that came of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Ada.
All right, so that's where Amalek comes from, the tribe of one of the tribes of Edom. Go down to the last verse. Now, Amalek, we believe, are the people that call themselves Jewish today. We believe they come from Amalek, the tribe, which is a tribe or a group of Edomites. All right, go to the last verse.
It's 43. It says Duke Magdiel, Duke Aram. These be the dukes of Edom according to their habitations in the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites.
Done. Go Genesis 27. Go back to the blessing. All right. So the Edomites are different from Japheth. Okay. And we know that the Esau is Japheth. Like Esau is not Japheth because Japheth was never given the blessing that he was going to conquer the whole earth. Okay. The Russians are not of the seed of Japheth. All right. Esau, the so-called white man, is not of the seed of Ashkenaz. Okay. The seed of Ashkenaz was expelled from Germany, and they mixed with so-called white man. All right. And as you mix, your skin becomes more paler flesh, paler flesh, depending on how much of the gene is introduced into the pool. So it can go either way. All right. So some of them were mixed with Esau, all right, and some of them were deported.
It's the book of Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by the sword shalt thou live.
Right there, stop. Now look up fatness of the earth. It means the land. Okay? Fatness of the earth. Land, oil. All right? And if he don't directly inhabit it, he controls it. All right? Go ahead.
God, so the Hebrew word for fatness is mashawan, or mashaman, like mashaman, which means fatness,
Pertaining to oil.
yeah,
Fat.
fertile place, richly prepared food.
Fertile place. All right, who is the one that built the first oil refineries in the Middle East? Esau did. All right. I believe he was one of the first. They were Edomites. I believe the Getty family or Getty business. They built, I believe, one of the first refineries, if not the first infrastructure to pull oil out of the earth in the Middle East. And America has enough oil to sustain itself, but they're to controlling the system. All right? Texas, Alaska, America can sustain itself, but they're about controlling the market. This is why they continue to buy oil from Saudi Arabia, from foreign foreign oil. All right? It's all about control. All right? America, paradise. All right? Exports went into the, I believe, the billions. Okay, from the goods and resources that were exported back to Europe. All right? That's the blessing that Esau received. All right? Slavery. What was reaped from there? The billions and billions upon billions. I got a book on it that shows you how much money was exported from the United States or America to Europe and what it equaled up to. It was in the billions. So yeah, America is the fatness of the earth. All right? They control the best parts of the world. They took Australia. They took Russia. All right? They took the Ukraine. All right? Some of the best soil over there in Ukraine, humus, however you pronounce it. America, all right, which is the center. That's the blessing. Japheth didn't receive that. Esau did. Right? Yep. Oil and gas. Russia got control of that. They supplying literally life in that line of Europe. All right? Now they cutting it off now. All right, going to alternative methods. But Europe survived because of Russia. All right? So Japheth didn't have control of Russia. Esau did. Japheth didn't have control of America. Esau did. That's his blessing. And then the sword, nuclear technology, the gun, all right? Military, colonialism, all right? Russia did that with those former Soviet states, all right? Those people, some of them were Edomites and some of them were mixed up with Japheth and other nations, all right? So that's the blessing that Esau has, all right? Colonialism, taking over other countries. Oil and gas, the technology. That's how we know who Esau is. It's not Japheth.
Yeah, I was about to say, but just how we were reading in Job chapter 9:24, it also said how Esau would cover up the faces of the judges of the earth, which we know, of course, the ultimate judge will be starting with Yahweh himself, and then Yahweh Shai. And then, of course, you know, that extends onto the prophets and stuff. We understand how Esau has completely covered up, you know, those images. What starting with, of course, the image of...
Well, he made it mainstream.
Right.
They're still available because we got it today. But he made it mainstream for the image of Cesare Borgia to be the image of what people think the Lord is in the scriptures. But that's total fabrication.
Yeah,
but he covered it up. He make everybody believe that that's the truth, which is a damn lie. Biblically, it's a lie. I mean, they can make up their own God because they're idolaters anyway, but that's not the truth. That doesn't correlate with what the scriptures say and what the original inhabitants look like. The original inhabitants of Israel, the whole Levant, east, were brown-skinned people. Then you had the Edomites south of Judah. They had a little area right there in Petra, which they carved out.
Yep. So we already know what the image of Jesus Christ, as you look up in Google, and you know these many churches and stuff, what stems back to Cesare Borgia, Cesare, you know, the depiction of Cesare Borgia. And
he wasn't Spanish. He didn't have a drop of Spanish blood. There was a show called the Borgias, the original show, where Jeremy Irons played Rodrigo. He also played the voice for Scar from the Lion King, and Jafar from Aladdin. Jeremy Irons, he played Cesare Borgia's father, Rodrigo Borgia. All right? He claimed to be Spanish. When we even look up on Wikipedia and other books, it says that he was Jewish, which they say there's not that much evidence on that, but it is cited that some believe that he was Jewish, meaning a convert from the Khazar Empire, not a real Jew. All right? The Rodrigo Borgia, the Borgia family. All right? I did a video on it. All right? So the information's out there. So the Jews in Europe, for the main part, were the pale flesh ones anyway, you know? Because they're all mixed up, because we mix with them too. The real Israelites that were in Europe, they were together with the Edomites that were in Europe. All right, because they converted later, and then they joined themselves to the Israelites that were in Europe. That were real Israelites. All right, because they converted, I believe, in the 700 AD, I believe. Look up the Khazar Empire. Get the proper date. They converted. There were multiple times where Esau converted to keeping the laws. All right. One was John Hyrcanus. That was one time period. All right. They effectively, you looked that up in the Josephus. They effectively became Jews or Israelites, meaning they really thought they were really Israelites. That's in the book of the Josephus. All right, that's the exact quote. All right, and then during the Khazar Empire, they became Israelites. But you can't become an Israelite, but they converted, right? And they really believed that they were Israelites over the generations. But that's at least two. I'm sure it was more, but that was at least 2 times where Caucasian people converted to be Israelites. During the time of John Hyrcanus, during the time of the Maccabees, all right? And during the time of the Khazar Empire, they chose a religion, all right? Some became Muslims, some became Israelites. The Israelites is not a religion, that's a nationality. But, okay.
Yep, so it says the Khazar Empire is from 6050 AD to 969 AD.
650 AD?
Okay.
650 AD. All right, so that's about that time. So during that time, their religion, I believe, is mainly Jewish. Let's just say that, for lack of a better word. They converted to be a Jew. That was the religion of the Khazars. All right, and we believe the ones that converted to Islam, we believe a lot of them are the Turks today. Make up the Turks. All right, but the original Israelites, go to Acts 13th chapter. We're gonna read you what the original Israelites looked like. The original Israelites, starting with Peter, the Lord Himself. Revelation, the 1st chapter. They were dark brown-skinned people, and the Bible calls them black. All right, referring to very dark brown skin. Acts 13:1. You want to know what the original inhabitants of Jerusalem looked like? The real Israelites, they looked like Peter. All right? And Herod was an Edomite. Herod was an Edomite that was brown, that was dark brown skin or medium brown skin. All right? Because his mother was a Levite. His ancestors on his mother's side were Levites from the Hasmonean dynasty. Goes back to the Maccabees. All right? So Herod's line, he was so-called mixed. But the seed comes from your father. What was it? Herodias. I believe that's the family name. Look up Herod. What do you have right now?
No.
Khazar? Yeah, look up Herod's family name. Basically, it tells you it goes back to Esau. His family name, Herod's family name. Now, what I tell you to get, read what I tell you to get.
This is the book of Acts 13, verse 1. It says, now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger and Lucius of Cyrene. And
Manasseh that had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. So, what was Peter and them called? That was a nickname. Nigar. And why was that put in there? To basically prove that the Esau, so-called white man, don't control the Bible. They didn't have to put that in there. Right? But apparently, that was his nickname. That was his surname. Nigar in Latin. All right? Greek, you'll probably say Melania. Okay? Hebrew, you might say Shakor. So, either way, a Shakar-Kor, a Shakawar. Solomon said he's black and beautiful. Or we might even call him Kedar. which means dark-skinned man. All right? So these things, the things that pertain to the original Israelites. That's how we know, that's one clue of how we know that the original Israelites are not, the modern day Jews are not who the world accepts as Jews, are not the biblical Israelites. We are the biblical Israelites. All right? So-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. Right? Jews starting with the tribe of Judah, then Benjamin and Levi, then the rest of the tribes after. Right? So nigger, you're gonna say, you can use a loose American English and say nigger. Or you can say it in the Latin / Greek, nigard. All right, roll the R and the N and say nigger. All right, what do you have?
Yeah, so the surname or family name of Herod is Antipas. Herod Antipas.
Antipater. All right, so yeah, go read something about it. Yeah, it has a little thing there, right?
Yeah, it says Herod Antipas, tetrarch of Galilee and Perea from 4 BCE to 39 CE, was Herodias' uncle and second husband.
Yep.
After Salome's dance and his rash promise, he executed John the Baptist. Much later, he held part of Yahushua's trial.
I think it says he's the Edomite too in there, in that same thing. Go to Herod in the Blu-ray.
Okay.
It directly tells you that he's the Edomite. So he's a so-called mixed person, but his father's side makes you who you are. All right? And I believe he executed all of the Levites on his mother's side. I believe he might tell you that too. Because he didn't want an heir coming up challenging his seat. All right? So again, Japheth did not receive the blessing that Esau received. It was also prophesied that the Edomites were going to be in the land during the last days. Right? The majority of the people that are in the land right now are not Israelites. You got a sprinkling of Israelites that came back from America. They go over there. And then you have some Israelites among the Edomites that believe they're Israelites. You got a certain amount of Israelites among them because it's prophesied that we're going to be scattered in all nations. That includes Esau. You got it?
Yep. Yeah. It says, so Luke chapter, so Matthew chapter 2 and 1, now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. But jumping down real quick to Luke chapter 3 and 1. It says, now in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar, Pontius Pilate being governor of Judea, and Herod being tetrarch of Galilee, and his brother Philip, tetrarch of Iturea, and of the region of Trachonitis, and Lysanias, the tetrarch of Abilene.
Look at Herod.
Yeah, constantly looking up Herod. It's a Greek word, Herodes, which means the name of a royal family that flourished among the Jews in times of Hamashiach, or Christ, it says, and the apostles. Herod the Great was the son of Antipater of Idumea, appointed king of Judea BC 40 by the Roman Senate at the suggestion of Antony, and with him the consent of Octavian, he at length overcame the great opposition which the country made to him and took possession of the kingdom BC 37. And after the battle of Actium, he was confirmed by Octavian. It says, whose favor he ever enjoyed. He was brave and skilled in war, learned in sagacious, but also extremely suspicious and cruel.
Right, so we know that Herod is of the seed of Esau. Right? And he converted and was calling himself an Israelite. Right? So that's because you convert. that don't mean you're Israelite. Go to Galatians. It's not of the seeds of many, neither are they all children, but of Isaac shall their seed be called. All right? So you can't make yourself an Israelite. All right? You can't make yourself an Israelite. All right? You have to be born an Israelite. And right now we're being, like it says in the book of Baruch, all right, that we're gathered by the word. Yeah, we're all mixed up, but what the thing that binds us, the thing that binds us is the word of Yahweh Shai. Right? Not our skin tone, not the land we were born in, not how we were raised, but the word of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the thing that binds us. All right, so you can look like anything. You can look pale flesh. You can be super dark. Each extreme. You believe, more than likely you're an Israelite. Right? Because a heathen, it's very difficult for a heathen to comprehend the knowledge that we preach, right? The prophecies, and then continue in the teachings. All right? If you're a heathen, you're eventually going to be siphoned out. All right? You got the precept? Get Galatians 4:1.
I got it. This Galatians 4:1, it says, "Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father.
Yep.
Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of the time came, when the fullness of the time was come."
Yeah, bondage and the elements of the world. Maybe we were scattered in the nations. We were going off in a heathenistic mindset. Okay? But when the fullness time would come, go ahead.
The Most High sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law.
To redeem them that were under the law. All right, this is why Esau tries to convert to be an Israelite. So if he's under the law, he can be saved. No, it don't work like that. It tells you what's going to happen to Esau. It don't matter if he accepts deny his father. You know, GOCC used to say that he denied his father. No, if he denies his father, it don't matter. He's still going into captivity. Good.
God, it says, Galatians 4:5, to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons. And because you are sons, the Most High hath sent forth the Spirit of his Son into your hearts, crying, Abba, Father. Wherefore thou art no more a servant, but a son, and of the Son, then an heir of the Most High through a Mashiach.
Continue.
God, it says, verse 8, howbeit then, when ye knew not the Most High, ye did service unto them which by nature are no gods. But now, after that ye have known the Most High, or rather are known of the Most High, how turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements?
Right. So those were the book of Galatians written to Israelites that were scattered in that land, in the land of Galatia. All right, which I believe is in Turkey. All right. During the Babylonian captivity, during the time of the Hellenization, Israel didn't stay in the land. Well, we were deported. We were deported during the time of the Babylonian Empire, which is the Assyro-Babylonian Empire. So those kingdoms merged together, Assyria and Babylon. But the rulers, we believe, were Assyrian. All right. But the two nations came together, like the Medo-Persian Empire. All right. But you had certain rulers that were Caesar the Medes. You had rulers that were Caesar Persians. Right? And the Persians overtook the Medes. So in the Babylon Empire, you had the Assyrians overtook the Babylonians. And even Daniel said that the wings were plucked. That's referring to the Babylonians being subject to the Assyrians. Right? And the Assyrians ruling over the actual Babylonians. Right? And they ruled as Babylonians. All right? Even though the ruling class was the Assyrian. Like you see the Assyrians. All right. Go to Galatians 3 and 16.
Okay.
More you want to read?
No, I've been listening.
Galatians 3 and 16.
This is Galatians 3 and 16. It says, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not into seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Hamashiach. Right. This I say that the covenant that was confirmed before of Yahweh in Hamashiach, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect.
Right. So how can Esau come into the faith? How can Esau convert? How can Japheth convert? How can Hamites convert? They can't. All right. Read that verse again. They can't disannul
God.
the covenant.
Galatians 3 and 17. It says, and this I say that the covenant that was confirmed before of Yahweh in Hamashiach, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect.
All right. So the promises are not of any. You can't disannul. You can't change. Look up disannul. You can't just say because somebody believes that they're Israelite that they're an Israelite. You can't do that, and they're not an Israelite. Now we believe that we're Israelites because we fit the prophecies. All right? Another nation can't just believe and be an Israelite. All right? If you actually believe and you continue in the things, more than likely you are an Israelite. Right? But a Hamite or Edomite can't just believe and all of a sudden he gets to become an Israelite. Right? That's why you don't see the little hats. You don't see them coming into the faith. All right? Because they're not the biblical Israelites. They're the seed of Esau or some other nation.
God. So it says the Greek word for disannul is akuro, which means to render void, deprive of force and authority, to make none effect.
Right.
Also it says to invalidate.
Yeah, so you can't invalidate, all right, the promises from Israel. You can't. The Galatians are Israelites. The Ephesians are Israelites. Right? Now, of course, you had heathens that were scattered amongst them, but you had communities of Israelites, and that's who the apostles went to, that could speak the Greek language. Right? And you had Israelites that were speaking Aramaic, which is a dialect of Hebrew, which is pretty much the same as Hebrew, with slight differences. Right? So when you look up the speech of Lycaonia in the book of Acts, I believe 14, the speech of Lycaonia, when you look that up, it says it's a mixture of Aramaic and Greek. All right? And Greek and Aramaic goes back to the Hebrew. All right? So coming out of Babylon, our people were speaking and writing, they were writing in the Aramaic characters, but they were speaking Hebrew, all right, with some Aramaic mixed in. Right? And the only way you're going to know that is if you study. All right? But you don't have a guy come up and say, oh, the Bible is written in Aramaic. All right? You got to qualify what you mean by it. The characters are Aramaic. All right? But the language was Hebrew. So look up, go to Acts 14. Did you have something else you want to read?
Yes, it's more we could read.
All right, read.
Yeah, so this is Galatians 3 and 18. It says, for if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more a promise. But Yahweh gave it to Abraham by promise.
Yeah, to Abraham and his seed where the promise is made. All right, we read in the 4th chapter, right? Yeah. Not the seeds of many, but the seeds of one. All right? So it goes Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What?
Yeah. Verse 19, wherefore then serveth the law? It was added because of transgressions till the seed should come to whom the promise was made.
Yeah, meaning it was written down. It was oral before it was written down. So it was passed down from generation to generation. What to do, what not to do. But in transgressions, sin, so it was written in stone. All right? Good?
Yep. Verse 19, wherefore then serveth the law? It was added because of transgressions till the seed should come to whom the promise was made, and it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator.
Yep, which is Moses. What?
Yep. It says, now a mediator is not a mediator of one, but Yahweh is one.
What?
Is the law then against the promises of Yahweh?
I must read the whole thing.
Con, Yahweh forbid, for if there had been a law given which could have given life, verily righteousness should have been given by the law.
Yeah, so that means we got to have faith, okay? The little hats, the people that believe that over there in the East, Middle East, so-called Middle East, they don't even believe in the Lord. So, what they tricked you. They didn't tell you that the so-called J and the American Christian is a different religion. They didn't tell you that. That means they're going to hell, right? That's what it would have to mean. The American Christians believe if you don't accept Christ, you're going to hell. So that means all the so-called Jews are going to hell. They slipped right past you. They didn't put that in the news though. They slipped right past you. We didn't think about that. Good.
Verse 22. It says, but the scripture hath concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
Yeah, all the Israelites that are scattered in the nations are under sin. All right? 1 John 3 and 4. We transgressed the law. All right? Read that verse again.
Galatians 3 and 22. It says, but the scripture hath concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach might be given to them that believe.
Yes, so by faith. So if you believe by faith that the things that we say are true, the more than likely you are an Israelite. Well, if you have faith, the Holy Spirit is only given to Israelites, all right, to understand the truth and to continue in it. A heathen, it's impossible for a heathen to receive the truth and continue in it. All right? Because if you continued in it, that means you would obtain righteousness. All right? By the way, he's not in the seeds of children of the promise. It's not possible. All right? But
Now, verse 23, but before faith came, we were kept under the law, shut up unto the faith which should afterwards be revealed.
yeah, meaning that we were kept under the law, meaning that we could never obtain righteousness through keeping of the law. So that means we were dead. That's what it means. All right? So faith had to bring us in. Good? Meaning we believed. And that supersedes the acts of the law, the belief. And then once you have the faith, then your actions will get in line with what the will of the Lord is. All right? So faith comes first, then the actions. All right, go ahead.
Verse 24, it says, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Hamashiach.
Now look up schoolmaster. You look up schoolmaster.
That
Read that verse again.
Verse 24 it says, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Hamashiach, that we might be justified by faith.
Go ahead. So what's the definition of schoolmaster?
Yep. So the definition for the Greek, or the schoolmaster in the Greek, it says a tutor, i.e. a guardian.
Right. Don't be a sodomite. Don't commit adultery. Okay? Those were examples, okay, to show how ungodly people behave. So you can't be a sodomite. You can't be an adulterer. Now you got to do better. Good.
It says
definition.
a tutor, i.e. a guardian and guide of boys. Among the Greeks and the Romans, the name was applied to trustworthy slaves who were charged with the duty of supervising and the life of morals of boys belonging to the better class. The boys were not allowed so much as to step out.
A better class. So you gotta know the law. All right. if you didn't understand the law, then you would eat like squid, scavengers. You got to know those laws. That can keep you healthy. Fins and scales. All right. You know the law, that'll keep you alive. All right. Schoolmaster. All right. This is why the Israelite that knew the law had the advantage. So what advantage had the Jew? Right? Much every way chiefly, because unto them were committed the oracles of the power. So the Israelite, the circumcision had the advantage, because they already knew so much about the law, the history, the prophecy. You a Gentile, you already 10 steps behind. Right? For the ones that didn't know anything, I mean, you had some Gentiles that knew. Right? That's why the law is important. Now we're not going to be saved by it. All right? By the acts of the law, but you have an advantage, all right, of knowing it. But you have to have faith first, because faith is the gift that He gave His elect, the ones that are going to be saved. All right? If you didn't receive the gift of faith, it's impossible to be saved. All right? Read the definition again.
So it says,
heavy definition. We need the law. The law is going to keep you alive. All right? But you got to have faith first. You have faith first, and then you get to the studies. You learn. And you improve over time. What?
So the Greek the definition for schoolmaster within the Greek is a tutor, i.e. a guardian and guide of boys. Among the Greeks and the Romans, the name was applied to trustworthy slaves who were charged with the duty of supervising the life and morals of boys.
Yeah, laws and morals. That's what's in the law. All right. About you not ruling over your brother with vigor, taxes, all right, the dietary law, high holy days. These are things that pertain to the Israelites, to the prophets. All right. This is the makeup, the heritage, our culture. We just don't throw our culture away because you have faith. It's asinine. Because in the kingdom, we're practicing right now, we're rehearsing. In the kingdom, we're going to keep those things perfectly. So how the hell are they done away with? That's insane. All right? And you can't convert if you're not an Israelite to keeping the customs and the culture. All right? If you're not an Israelite, you cannot convert to being an Israelite, because your spirit is the thing that makes you an Israelite. All right? The spirit of an Israelite. Not so much your flesh. All right? All right? Your flesh, the Lord is going to make you an Israelite if your seed is of that of an Israelite. All right? On your father's side. All right? And that's pursuant to the genealogy in the book of Genesis. All right? That's what it's pursuant to. That's how we know who the lineage comes from your father, because the genealogy is in the book of Genesis. All right? They're all male progenitors, not female. All the progenitors, or the fathers, that gives you your family line are all male, men. Table of nations. All right, the generations of Adam. What's that? Genesis 5. All right. Go back.
God. This is Galatians 3 and 25. Also, that go to 24 again. It says, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Hamashiach, that we might be justified by faith. But after that faith is come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. For ye are all the children of Yahweh by faith in Yahweh Shai Hamashiach.
Right, so if we break the law, the schoolmaster's not going to be there to whip us. All right, we got forgiveness in Yahweh Shai. All right, it tells you that under Moses' law, they died without mercy. Find that. So the penalty, so it's referring to the penalty. The schoolmaster kept you in line perfectly. Now Yahweh Shai is keeping us, and we got more liberty to make mistakes because of our current captivity. All right? Hence the Sabbath. We got to work on the Sabbath. All right? Don't matter if you got your own business. Only way you can probably not work on the Sabbath is if you do Uber. Every other job, you're working on the Sabbath. Right? And that's 99% of the whole earth. Well, less than a tenth of thousands of a percent does a job where they can pick their days that they don't work. All right? So if you don't pick your days that you don't work, you're effectively breaking the Sabbath. You're not keeping the Sabbath perfect. The only thing you can do is not cook and abstain from pleasure. That's the best thing you can do. All right? But not working is not even an option for virtually every Israelite. So that's why we have forgiveness in Yahweh Shai. We're not under the schoolmasters. The schoolmaster's not going to put us to death. All right? Or keep us in trouble. Or kill us. The schoolmaster, we're not under the schoolmaster. We're under grace. We're under which is the knowledge of the Lord, how to serve Him rightly over time. And we give Him space to get right. All right? But we're not going to get right on keeping the Sabbath until the kingdom comes. So that's one law that we'll never be able to keep. All right, perfectly. We keep it partially. Yeah, that's the best we can do. The scripture says we get?
Hebrews chapter 10 and 28. So this Hebrews chapter 10 and 28. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses.
What?
Of how much sore punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy? It says, who hath trodden underfoot the Son of the Most High, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified, and it's like it says, in unholy thing, and hath just done despite to the spirit of grace. It says, verse 30, for we know him that hath said, vengeance belongeth unto me, I will recompense, saith the Lord.
Read it again. Read a verse up above that.
It says, it says Hebrews chapter 10 and 28, he that despised Moses' law.
Read a verse up above that.
29?
A few verses.
It says, Hebrews chapter 10 and 26, for if we sin, it says, for if we sin willfully after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries.
Yeah, so you're not supposed to commit adultery anymore. You're not supposed to be an idolater. Once you understand the knowledge of the truth, you're supposed to stay on that path. Read that verse again. We're going to continue reading.
It says, Hebrews chapter 10, 27, but a certain fearful looking for a judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much more sore punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy, who hath trodden underfoot the Son of the Most High?
Yeah, he gave us grace. So we're using that grace, not as a liberty to sin, but really to survive, in this current setup. Not be brought to complete poverty. Technically, we all could keep the Sabbath if we would all have to do a certain type of job, But then we would take on a whole host of other issues. So the Lord put us under grace. Go ahead.
It says, who hath trodden underfoot the Son of the Most High, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified, an unholy thing, and hath done despite unto the Spirit of grace.
Yeah, and done in despite the Spirit of grace. Look up despite, that's the word you said?
Yes, like it says, and hath done despite unto the Spirit of grace. Yeah, so getting that word for grace, or it's like despite. Meaning to insult.
Yeah, don't insult the grace. Don't be trying to look for a job where you can choose your days off. More than likely that's not going to be a lucrative job, and you could probably be brought to poverty. Right? and don't sin willfully. All right? You know, because we're not under the law, and then you can just eat whatever you want, commit adultery. No. Now look up grace.
I got a precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 Peter 2:15. It says, "For so is the will of Yahweh, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men,
It was with well doing. Yeah, go ahead.
as free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of Yahweh."
Yeah, so we got certain rules and guidelines that we keep that are beneficial to our survival, to our grace. Because if we are a filthy vessel, we're not going to be delivered. Right? We got to be like Yahweh Shai. We got to be perfect. Be perfect. But you're not perfect if you're eating abominable, filthy food. Okay, you're not perfect if you're committing adultery in a sodomite. All right. Would Yahweh Shai do it? Okay, no, he wouldn't. Would the disciples do it? No, he wouldn't. All right? In those filthy behaviors. All right. All right, go back.
Said grace.
Grace, yeah.
So the Greek word for grace.
Go down to the point.
Con.
Well, favor, a benefit, we'll go down to the point.
Con. So the Greek word for grace is chari, which means the spiritual condition of one governed by the power of divine grace. The token or proof of grace, benefit, a gift of grace, benefit, bounty, thanks for benefits, services, favors, recompense, reward. It also says, of the merciful kindness by which the Most High, exerting his holy influence upon souls, turns them to a Mashiach, keeps, strengthens, increases them in Christian faith, knowledge, affection, and kindles them to the exercise of Christian virtues.
Yeah, knowledge, okay? All right, how to keep certain laws. All right, what the prophecies are. All right, increases your faith. That's the gift. All right, that's a free gift that he gave Israelites. All right. You get Galatians 2:5. You got something else?
I want to go into one of the words,
Yeah, go ahead.
maliciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for that word maliciousness, in 1 Peter 2:16, just going to the main point, it says wickedness that is not ashamed to break laws. All right?
What's the word we need in the Greek?
Kakia. So it says, going to the point, wickedness that is not ashamed to break laws. So, this is 1 Peter 2:16. It says, as free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of Yahweh.
Read the definition.
And the definition for maliciousness is that word kakia in the Greek. Going to the point is wickedness that is not ashamed to break laws.
Yeah, maliciousness. All right? So, you got to keep the laws. All right? There's certain laws that we can keep. So you can't just say the law has been done away with. All right? When it's directly stated that you keep certain laws while you're under grace. You actually learn how to keep the laws while you're under grace. You receive grace, you'll keep the laws. What you think the Israelite Gentiles were doing when they received grace? They were keeping certain laws. They were understanding the prophecies. All right? They learned the history. They didn't just have faith, then they went on to continue being Greeks. No, they had the faith, and they received, and our ancestors received grace. And they learned how to keep the laws, the ones of our ancestors that were scattered amongst the Greeks. All right? Simple as that. And what else you got?
You wanted Galatians 2:5?
2:5, yeah.
It's the book of Galatians 2:5. It says, to whom we gave place by subjection, no, not for an hour, that the truth of the gospel might continue with you. But of these who seem to be somewhat, whatsoever they were, and maketh no matter to me, Yahweh accepteth no man's person.
No, you're in Ephesians? Ephesians 2 and 5.
Oh, so that's
Ephesians 2 and 5.
Ephesians 2 and 5. It says, even when we were dead in sins, hath quickened us together with
So,
Hamashiach.
so who are the Ephesians? Don't forget 1 John 3 and 4. The Ephesians have to be Israelites. That wasn't written to everybody that was in the land. It was written to the Israelites that were in the land. Okay? They had churches set up there already, or that we knew their lineage was that of the Israelites. All right? That formed their communities. Like this the people. These are the Israelites that came out of Babylon, or these are the Israelites that were Hellenized. And Paul and the apostles went to those Israelites scattered in Galatia, in Ephesus, to their neighborhoods. All right? And went over the history. What do you think Stephen did? Going over the history. All right? What?
Ephesians 2 and 5. That say, even when we were dead in sins, hath quickened us together with Hamashiach. By grace ye are saved, and hath raised us up together, and made us sit together in heavenly places in Yahushua Hamashiach.
Right. So who's going to heaven? The Israelites are going to heaven. So New Jerusalem descending down like a bride, bride is going for the groom, paraphrasing. All right. So they were dead in sins. 1 John 3 and 4.
John, this is 1 John 3 and 4. It says, whosoever committed sin transgresseth the law, also the law, for sin is transgression of the law.
Right. So when the disciples, or the apostles, went out to the Israelites that were scattered, they told them that they were transgressing the laws. Repent. What are you repenting from? You're repenting from transgressing the law. Now, what the hell do people think they're repenting from? They're repenting from transgressing the law. You can't repent if you would never, if you never agreed to keep the law. Or if you don't know what the law is. If you were an actual Greek of the seed of Japhet, you never agreed to keep the laws. Right? Read that again, 1 John.
This is 1 John chapter 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is transgression of the law.
Okay, all right, now go back to what you read.
Ephesians is the book of Ephesians 2 and 5. And say, even when we were dead in sins, hath quickened us together with Hamashiach. By grace ye are saved, and hath raised us up together, and made us sit together in heavenly places in Yahushua Hamashiach, that in the ages to come he might show the exceeding riches of his grace and his kindness toward us through Yahushua Hamashiach.
You don't mind if I sit for a minute?
No, we don't mind.
Yeah, I want to hear.
Yep. Verse 8, it says, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, is the gift of Yahweh.
God, it's grace. By grace are we saved. Right? So, if you believe, right, we're the Israelites. Right? We're the biblical Israelites. If you believe that what the prophet is telling you is the truth, and you continue in all the things that the prophet said, you're more than likely an Israelite. You're more than likely. You can comprehend. All right, like two things: who the biblical Israelites are according to prophecy, not according to the people over there in the land now. That doesn't make you an Israelite. You're an Israelite by prophecy. It was prophesied that the Israelites were going to be scattered all over the world. The scriptures clearly tell you that the real Jews are dark-skinned people. All right. So we start with the core. the core of the Israelites are dark-skinned people. And then if the men take on like Irish, Italian, fair-skinned women, those children that are born of them are going to be what the father is, not what the mother. The mother doesn't carry the seed. So you can come out looking like so-called white man, and you'll be of the seed of who the father was. And over the course of generations, you're not going to know what they look like. They're going to look pale flesh. But their genetic line goes back to the real Israelite, the biblical Israelite, the Judite, the Ephraimite, all right, the Gadite, all right. So it's not your flesh, it's your spirit, all right. Because your flesh can be changed by who your mother is, all right. Now, biblically, what the book says, that the real Jews are dark-skinned people, all right. And the real Jews were scattered throughout the earth, and they don't know who they are. Only a very small number of them know who they are, and we believe we are those people. We fit the prophet, we fit the curses in the scriptures. The curse that the Lord put on the Israelites that would not keep his law, would not keep his commandments. What was the curse? The curse was, I'm gonna kick you out of the land, and I'm gonna scatter you throughout the nations, and I'm gonna make you not a nation anymore. So the real biblical Israelites don't have a nation. That's the prophecy. So you can't call yourself an Israelite if you have a nation. All right?
Do you believe God is reckless?
Say again?
Do you believe God is reckless?
I don't. What does that even mean?
God is reckless.
What does that mean?
God's love is reckless. God's love is reckless because it means that,
Are you a teacher?
no,
So don't teach me anything. All right?
well, then you're not a Christian.
I am a real Christian. I don't have to listen to somebody that's not a teacher. You just confess you're not a teacher. That's how you shut a fool down real quick. see how I prevented the whole conversation?
God is reckless.
Reckless, you're using the wrong word.
No, God is reckless.
But look up the word reckless.
God is reckless in his
Look
love.
up reckless.
I mean, is
in
it?
his love.
I mean, is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob
He's-
reckless,
you're-
or is your God reckless?
God is reckless.
Your God is reckless.
Yes,
Your
he
God
is.
is inefficient. Your God is a so-called white man.
Yep.
Because he loves.
You-
It
you-
has nothing to do with black, white, or...
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it tells
it
you in the
does.
scriptures. Okay? That's just one part. If there are many parts, that's just one.
Do you
The
know
lie. Look,
if
you're not a
there's
you're
99
not a
righteous
teacher.
people,
You're
there's
not a
99
teacher.
righteous-
You're not a teacher.
I'm not a teacher, but
not
I'm
a
gonna
teacher.
tell you, 99 righteous people, right? There's 99 righteous people in heaven. Who's gonna praise the one lost sheep?
Who's gonna
The
pray
most.
What does that even mean?
If a lost one sheep is lost, the
Lost-
one
the sheep of the
lost.
Israelites. Let me ask
No,
you,
the one
Matthew
lost
10th
sheep
chapter.
in God.
The lost sheep of the Israelites, sir.
He was a
The only
shepherd.
time the lost sheep are even mentioned in the Bible is referring to the Israelites.
He was
Ye are
a
the
lost shepherd.
Can you Acts 13?
Hey, would you mind bringing up some scriptures before you make certain claims?
No,
Look,
I'm just gonna tell
Yeah,
you from my
yeah.
thought.
Read reckless.
So that the definition for reckless is careless, godless,
Godless.
heedless.
Heathen. You're using the wrong word. Are you a drug addict?
No, absolutely not.
You used the wrong word. The word
No,
reckless.
God
is
is
not a good-
reckless.
No, the word reckless is not a good word.
I
It's a
bet
bad
you it
word.
is.
Read the word reckless.
God is reckless.
Reckless, which is an adjective, means careless,
Careless.
thoughtless, heedless.
Continue.
It also says not recking of consequences.
That's not a good word.
God can be reckless. I'm not.
Go read.
I'll put money on it.
Are you a drug addict?
No,
Are
sir.
you from Delaware?
Yes, sir. I am.
Born and raised where?
C's Rodney High School.
What
Graduated.
city? What city?
Camden, Wyoming, Delaware.
Camden? Okay.
God is reckless in his
That's
love.
using the wrong word, dude.
He is. God is reckless in his love. You want me to prove a point?
Go, Acts 13. Let's read that.
Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch
Revelation 1.
certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas,
What color was Peter?
What's that?
What skin color was Peter?
Peter was tan.
Go ahead.
as Barnabas and Simeon. So let me read again. Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Negroes, and Lucius of Cyrene.
You know what nigger means?
Yes, it's my grandmother used it loosely in England. She's from England, and it means the color brown.
Right. Okay. All right, so you know.
It's not a
Derogatory term.
No, it's not. In England, it's not.
But reckless is a derogatory term.
No, it's not. God's love is reckless.
No, I think you mean to say God loves indiscriminately.
Yes, but that's the terminology I use.
Okay. Unconditional.
It's unconditional.
But it is conditional.
No,
It
God's
is
love
conditional.
is
We just read it in Galatians. See the man. Go back to Galatians.
No.
We just read it. Go
If
back
there's
to Galatians.
99 righteous people in this world that go to heaven, there's
No.
one lost sheep.
More
that,
people are going to be destroyed than going to be saved.
But the one person.
More people are going to be destroyed than going to be saved.
No, the one person.
What scripture is that you read?
My heart.
That's your heart is deep above all things.
There's one person. There's one person that has.
Not the seed
that
of
is
many.
the sinner.
Not the seed of many.
There's
the seed of one.
The one sinner.
Not the seed of many. The seed of one.
No. The
Read
one
it,
sinner.
read that, Galatians.
The one sinner.
Galatians.
The one sinner.
We're going to get it. We're going to get it.
The one sinner.
One sinner will be
They
destroyed.
are going to rejoice so much for one sinner of the 99 righteous
people in heaven. You're getting the
people
parable
in
wrong,
heaven.
sir. You're getting the parable wrong.
Ooh,
You're getting the parable wrong. Then you're smoking cigarettes.
God.
There's no person on earth that smokes a
16.
cigarette and thinks anything good gonna come from it, but a
I
lustful
believe that
feeling.
too.
But a lustful feeling. You're lusting right now by smoking. There's nothing
I
good
believe
about that.
probably something Baptist.
There's nothing good from that. All right. So you're not a teacher and you're a drug addict. You're addicted to drugs. Read.
I know. I just smoked a.
This is
What do they call it?
Galatians 3 and 16. It says, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob gave birth to Israel. We're the Israelites, the tanned people of the Bible. Okay? But dark skin, dark brown skin, various shades of brown. Okay? Look.
Why does it have to be racist?
He saith not unto seeds as of many, but as of one.
That's a racist statement.
No, because you're talking about
Read it.
brown, black people and stuff.
Saying someone's seed is above another seed is racist.
Go ahead.
Saying someone's seed is above another seed is racist.
Okay.
Not just color, you're stuck on a color thing. That's just one element, sir. There are many elements. All right? We got color, that's one. All right, that doesn't make you necessarily an Israelite, because you got all sorts of colored people all around the world that are not Israelites. Okay? And then you have the division of different seeds.
Do you believe in sin?
Say again?
Do you believe in sin?
Do I believe people commit sin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every day.
People commit sin every day.
Do you,
Well, what is sin?
What is sin?
do you commit sin?
What is sin?
What is sin?
What is
define,
sin?
define sin before you
There's
ask.
7.
No, that's
No.
not in the scripture, sir. Sin is transgression of the law. That's the sin. Get 1 John 3 and 4. Finish reading that. Then get 1
do
John
you
3 and
sin?
4. If I sin, you get 1 John 2 and 1. I'm covered by the blood when I sin.
Of course, we all sin. We're given that right.
But you're not covered by the blood if you didn't receive the Holy Spirit. If you didn't receive the Holy Spirit, you can't be covered by the blood. Therefore, you'll be judged under the. Well, you're not an Israelite. Well, you might be an Israelite. I don't know. But because you don't believe what we're saying, don't mean you're not an Israelite. All right, read.
Yep. Galatians 3 and 16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not unto seeds as of many, but as of one,
That's racist. Go ahead.
and to thy seed, which is Hamashiach.
Go ahead.
And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before of Yahweh in Hamashiach, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul, that it should make the promises of none effect.
So what are the promises?
Put your hands on the wall and get it painted black?
Tell me, smart after something?
No, I'm just being honest. That's in the Bible, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Next scripture.
Yes, it is. I'm not being a smart ass. I'm being true. They cursed them. Putting their hands on the wall.
1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
That's what sin is. So you don't know if you're sinning if you don't know the law. You're going on a feeling. Look at me, Jeremiah. The heart is deceitful above all things. You can't just do what you feel inside is right. That's why you smoke cigarettes. Because you're a lustful drug addict. Okay? And you're addicted. Because you got a mental weakness. All of us have some sort of mental weakness.
Yes, of course.
But it's up to You got to pray to mitigate those.
Mine is lust.
Well, the cigarette thing, nicotine, you're addicted to it.
Yeah.
TV got you addicted to it. Maybe it might be hereditary. Something.
I don't even watch TV.
That's good. That's good. What?
Yeah, this Jeremiah 17:9. It say the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
That's why you got to go to. You have to have a teacher to teach you the right way to go. All right? To break down the scriptures the right way. All right? The book is a very racist book. The Bible is very racist because it says that some people are better than others.
You ever played the game Risk?
Just that definition is a racist statement.
Have you ever played the game Risk?
What's it about?
You've never played the game Risk?
No. What's it about?
It's called Divide and Conquer. It's a game that you play, and I'm going to tell you as we stand right now that,
well, that is true.
Other countries right now are trying to do that to us.
You're right.
And then, you know what's going to happen?
Because
you can divide us, and then guess what's going to happen?
I'm not dividing.
We're going to conquer.
I'm not dividing, sir. I'm not going to divide you.
I'm not
I don't
saying
have the power to divide you.
I'm not saying
I don't have the
dividing.
power to do that.
I'm not
First
saying
of all,
you. I'm just telling
America,
you.
You know America's going to be destroyed, right? By its inherent.
Are you from here originally?
Yeah, I'm originally from here.
No, you're not.
From Philly.
No, I'm saying your family's not originally from here.
Yeah, they're from here.
Bull crap.
From up north, yeah.
No, your family is not from here. My family's not from here.
Oh,
We're
you
all
mean-
immigrants.
Well, you're right on that. However,
No.
where are they from?
Native Americans are the only ones from here.
They're Native American.
The only
Their
people.
father's line goes back to the original inhabitants of the
Yes,
land.
so
They're Israelites. The Native
we're
Americans.
gonna ha-
The
it's
Native
gonna
Americans are Israelites. They're
don't
from
come
the tribe of
crying on
Dan.
my shoulder. Don't come crying on this shoulder
Do
when,
you know
when they're
that-
gonna conquer us.
Do you know that America's gonna be destroyed? You know what ill-gotten gains is?
Do you know what just happened yesterday?
Ill-gotten gains, sins of the fathers. America's inherent destruction is built in because of its how it began.
Do you know what just happened yesterday?
It's going to be destroyed by how it began.
Do you know what happened yesterday?
What?
There's radical Islams
What?
that just blew up a British merchant ship, and then they attacked one of our.
You mean the Houthis in Yemen?
Yes.
We be following that. Yeah.
It's gonna happen, bro.
Well, a terrorist attack in America? Yeah, it's going to happen. And they're going to lock everything down.
What are you gonna do about it?
Do you know about the chip, the RFID microchip, the mark
What are
of
you
the beast?
What are you gonna do about it?
What, when they attack
When they
America?
come- yeah, what are you
when
gonna
they
do
attack
about it?
America, the American army is going to retaliate. That's what's going to happen. If they attack America, a terrorist attack, then what they're going to do is they're going to lock everybody down. They're going house to house and take them. Because you know about the terror cells inside America coming in through Mexico and all that.
Yeah.
We believe there's going to be some type of actual terrorist attack or a false flag, one or the other. Because you know the whole reason that you know what they want to do right here in America. They want to create a new world order. You know about that?
Yes, of course.
What you know what the new world order consists of?
Yes.
Do you know what the RFID microchip is?
Yes.
Mark of the beast,
Yes.
Book of Revelation.
Yes.
It's the chip.
It's sin.
No,
It's
not.
the devil himself.
Well, it is sin. It is a
Do you
sin.
believe in devil?
It is sin. It is a sin.
How many names does the devil have?
The devil has many names.
What's your favorite name for him?
My favorite name is Satan, the devil,
Mine's Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
Yeah.
Okay. They have many names. They got Pan, goat demon. Yeah. They also have, Satan has children too, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know who his children are? His children founded America.
I believe that.
George Washington, they were all Masons. They worship Satan.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Mason. I'm a Freemason.
You're a Freemason?
Yeah.
So you're free from the Creator.
Yeah. I'm 50-year Mason. Yeah.
So you're free from the Creator. That's what a Freemason
I'm
means.
just joking with you, bro.
That's what Freemason. No, that's what it means. Though.
I'm just joking with you. Heck no. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that.
What kind of alcohol you like?
Huh?
What kind of alcohol you like?
I like beer.
You like beer?
Yeah,
I'm a wine. I like wine.
Yeah, that's
good.
all right. Jesus believes in wine.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm just telling you, man. I'm going to tell you, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Do not sleep on that. Other countries want us to be divided.
That's true. Well, we can't do anything about it. The foundation of America is built on division. You have two political parties. Give me about the two horns like a lion. You have two political parties. That in itself is not togetherness. That's separation. What did the Lord say? That the kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. So you give me the two horns like a lamb, and you give me what the Lord said about nation divided against itself. So we brought to desolation.
God, this Revelation chapter 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
That's America, okay? Two horns like a lamb is the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, okay? What did the Lord say about division? The country can't stand. America is too divided to continue forever. There's no way that America's going to continue forever. This is an experiment. An experiment really to make money. New resources, okay? Europe had a lack of resources. They wanted to come to a new area. They conquered the land and all the resources. How did Europe survive? Russia. Russia buying oil and gas from Russia. Starting a new country over here in America. So they came over here, started, made peace, didn't slaughter the natives here. Those are sins that have to be rectified.
You know what?
They're rectified through the seed of the children. Our spirits are reincarnated down our family line.
Do you know? I had a teacher. His name was Lloyd Benjamin Mallory. He was a very dear teacher to me, and I had him growing up through high school. And he told me a very powerful statement. He said, "You know what? This is when people were going through the Malcolm X whatever they were doing all that, but then they brought it back in the 90s and 80s. But he told me, he said, you know what? He made me sit in the front of the class. He said, I'm going to tell you something right now, young man. He goes, you know that the black men sold their own people to slavery and they made money off of that? So don't say that we did it. They made their own. Yeah, but their own. The black people did it. Everybody's guilty of it. Yes, we're all guilty of it.
The thing is, the children of Israel can be redeemed.
Yes.
The so-called white man can't.
I know.
That's the thing. They can be redeemed. There are people. You got amongst the Gad-Troop tribe. Some of them are war with each other. And they weapons from the white man, the fight against another tribe. So yeah, we're all guilty. But the thing is who's going to be saved? Who can repent? Only the seed of Israel can repent. What to tell you about the other nations?
I want to hear that.
Because the kingdom of heaven is not going to burn forever. That's Roman Catholic. Are you a Catholic?
Yes. How'd you know that?
I just guessed. Well, that's a fairy tale. That comes from Dante's Inferno. That's Greek mythology. There's no such thing as going to burn forever. We're all going to be living in the kingdom together, but we're going to have different designations. No, Romans 9. Revelation 2:26.
Revelation 2:26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Right. So where's hell? There's no hell where you can burn forever and ever and ever.
No, we're in limbo right now.
The weeping and gnashing of teeth, that's referring to Babylon being destroyed. We believe America's Babylon. Now, you might not believe that, but I get that. But the point is, to tell you about wicked land being burnt with fire. That's what actually hell is. You don't believe it's because the scriptures tell you that the nations.
Have you ever met Satan before?
Yes.
You've met him personally?
Not the Prince of Darkness himself, but the demons.
I have too, my man.
Dreams.
Oh no, sir! I'm talking face to face. I've met him.
Every time I see a Caucasian person, those are demons.
I'm out on that one. No.
Come
Negative
back, man.
on that one, bro.
Satan's children.
I'm gonna tell you.
Lucifer. No, Lucifer is.
I've met black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian.
Let me shake your hand on that one.
No, I've met devils before,
Shake your
bro.
hand on that one.
I've met them, and you know what I do to them?
What?
I look them right square in their eyes, and I say, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go straight to hell, bro. No, I'm not joking about
Who's up
that.
for you? Let me shake your hand again, bro. Let me shake your hand again, brother. Brother, let me shake your hand again.
I think it's the wicked fruit. Y'all think you're Jake? No,
He might be, but he might be. When he gets old, the body composition changes and all that, so he might be. You know?
Yeah.
I say every time I see a so-called white person, you know. But what scripture that called for? Not Romans 9, but
Revelation 2 and 26.
yeah, finish reading that. Revelation 26. Were you reading that?
Yeah, I already read it.
Oh, you ready? Okay, you read that. There's another one I want. Then we can wrap up.
Well, you didn't finish. You didn't get to finish.
Oh, you want me to get a 27?
Yeah.
All right, verse 27. It says, "And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father."
Even ever. So that's how you know that there's no such thing as hell. You're not going to burn forever and ever. Because the nations are going to be slaves in the kingdom. Simple as that. All right, it's not going to be burning in hell forever and ever. Nations are going to be working in the fields.
Yeah.
Right.
You seen he kind of agreed with everything until we said Esau was the devil.
Yeah.
He was kind of agreeing when we brought up the scriptures.
Yeah, which keep in mind, we can say the Arabians or blah blah are devils, but once you say Esau is so-called white man, which completely matches up his history, everything he has done, completely matches up to him being the physical counterpart, saying that the person coming with the workings of Satan, like it says in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 9. It describes about a wicked person coming with the workings of Satan.
Oh, Isaiah 14. That's what I want. Is this the man who made the earth? Okay. What else you got? You got Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14.
Go straight down to Lucifer. Well, is this the man that made the world a wilderness? That's a paraphrase. Got it?
Yeah.
Yep, read.
So Isaiah, you want me to start at the top? Like one?
No, not one. Go down to
the
Lucifer.
Okay.
Is this the man?
Yeah, okay. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Did it weaken the nations? Paul, Gad, Issachar, he weakened them. Reuben. Colonialism. Good.
God. Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
Yeah, America going to outer space. All right. Ruling over the biblical children of Israel. Good.
It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
I will be like the Most High. Space. Now the knowledge that you collect, your databases, your satellites.
AI,
yeah, that's another one, right? Good.
God. Verse 15, it says, Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Meaning destruction, ruin, death, lose your power. Good.
Yep. It says, verse 16, They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof?
Is this the man? Okay? So Lucifer is a man. All right? Yeah, he said you seen some Puerto Ricans, blacks that were devils. I said every time I see a so-called white person, or every time I see a white person, that's when he got the fuck up out of there, right? He shook my hand on the real biblical Israelite, but I indicted the Caucasian Edomite group. He had to get the fuck up out of there, you know? Because Jacob and Esau, the ones that are not in the know, they can't accept that so-called white man is wicked. You know? It got to be everybody else, but it can't be him. You know? That was good one, man. What do you have?
yeah.
Oh, Matthew 10. Lost sheep of the house of Israel. And then Romans 9. Now you read Romans 9, you read lost sheep. We'll close that.
Okay, done. This is the book of Matthew 10 and 5. It says, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
What?
And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Kingdom of heaven is at hand. He was probably one of them druggy guys. I saw his shoes about to start talking in the front. So, yeah. But he had a little mediocre conversation. He walked away twice, you know. Came back. I indicted Esau, Edom, and labeled him white, and he couldn't handle it. But he could label blacks, Latinos, Native Americans as devils and shake my hand to that, you know. Well, hold himself not guilty. Find that scripture. Who possessors slave them and hold himself not guilty. Oh, you find that. You read Romans 9.
Gone. So this Romans 9 and 1, or let's start at verse 3.
Yep.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh. Verse 4.
According to the flesh, the seed, okay? Seed of Israel. But
who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came, who is over all, the Most High blessed forever. Amen.
there you go. And that's to the Israelites that was in Rome. The churches that were set up in Rome. This is an epistle for them for edification. All right, so they were not Caucasian, Edomite Romans. All right, those are for the Israelites that were in Rome. All right, simple as that. All right, what do you got?
This is Zechariah 11 and 4. It says, thus saith the Lord, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Yeah, you got them in the church, they'll say, oh, they go to church and they believe they get blessings from the Lord. All right, because they have money, affluent churches, you know? Possessors slave them. So Esau is the murderer of the Israelites. It says what the kingdom of Israel and Judah were pressed together. All right, so who's the common enemy of all the tribes of Israel? Esau. He's the murderer. He's the great Satan. All right? And it proves you that the power of Esau influencing who the bad people of the earth are is still prevalent out there. They believe that we're the negative ones. All right? You know, a lot of crime is committed by Jacob, but the biggest crimes are committed by so-called white people. Right? They'll applaud on mass murder. Esau will applaud that. All right? But if either of us will go out and do that, they will be frowned upon. They'll throw us in jail. Esau can drop bombs on you and take over your economy, and that's praised.
Yeah, he'll be glorified.
Yeah. Yep. So, matter of fact, give me, got something else?
Yeah.
Revelation 13 and 16.
Yeah, real quick, I wanted to say, that guy was saying, basically, the love of the Lord, or, the love of God is reckless. Which he's trying to say is unconditional.
Unconditional is he trying to say, yeah.
Unconditional love. Well, the scriptures say how the Lord only loves really a certain type of people. Let me get that real quick. So it says, Sirach chapter 19 and 18, it says, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Yeah, so really the Lord only loves, of course the Lord loves first and foremost with the nation of Israel. You can read Psalm chapter 147, 19 through 20, how basically the Lord has only dealt with only the Israelites, and how Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6, how the Lord has chosen us to be a holy people above all nations upon the face of the earth. But it says, even concerning within the nation of Israel, the Lord has, the ones that he loves the most, which are the ones that have this wisdom. So to read it again, Sirach chapter 19 and 18, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. So in order for you to have for the Lord actually love you, you gotta have wisdom. Meaning, you gotta be following after the law, statutes, commandments, to your best ability, and you know, have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding that's written within this book. You know, not every Israelite has that. And you know, Israelites who reject wisdom, obviously, they're bound to sinning. You know, basically to doing whatever they want, not fearing the Lord.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You know, he thought his wisdom came from his own heart, like the way it says the scripture says the ways of the man, the end thereof is death. All right, and that's where he was going to. All right, he thought just the way he felt in the flesh was the right way, which is wrong. So, but you want that Revelation 13? Yeah. Revelation 13-16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Yeah, yeah, give me the definition.
Yeah.
Charagma. Esau
proud as hell.
His sarcasm.
Yeah.
He's
condescending.
He's world renowned for sarcasm. I think he probably invented it. Well, no, he ain't invented it, but he seems to think that he has mastery over sarcasm.
Sarcasm means condescending.
Condescending. Yeah. Condescending tones in speech. Go ahead. Well, he's going into slavery, so he can have his proud look in his lying tongue.
So that word for mark is the word charagma in the Greek. It says a stamped and a printed mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist.
Right, and we believe that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip is going to be used to gain access to your finances, your money, and identifications. It has multiple applications. But to access your money, make purchases, sell stuff, we're going to have to do it through the chip. All right, that's what we believe the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast is. All right, it's going to be used for the medium for the new financial system. It's going to be digital. All right, that's what the CBDCs are about. Central bank digital currencies, making things more digital. All right, it's already technically is digital, but we still use cards, phones, cash. But when this comes to pass, it's going to be in your right hand or in your left hand, really anywhere, but the hand is the most convenient. All right? There's going to be no more cash. It's going to be a cashless system. All right, and the Antichrist is the so-called white man, Lucifer. Not just one person, it's Lucifer. Is this the man? All right? He made the earth wilderness, roughly paraphrasing. All right? And it's talking about a group of people. All right, the elite, really. All right? Continue, is that it?
It says, thin carved, sculpture, graven work.
Badge of the followers.
Strong's definitions: a scratch or etching, stamp as a badge of servitude, or sculpture figure, graven mark.
Right, come on. All right, go back to the last verse. You read the whole thing? 16?
Yeah,
18?
we're 16 and we'll get 18.
Go read.
Verse 18, it says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636.
666. And you'll find that on his products. You'll hide that number. All right. You'll flash it whenever you see somebody doing the hand horn. I'm not going to do it. The hand horn. Put the 2 fingers out and tuck 2 fingers in. That's that represents 666. Or the mano cornota, or the hand horn. You saw George Bush doing it. If you see logos, people have it on their as their logo, and they're a really big producer of whatever it is. They're working with the elite. All All right. It don't matter if they're popular, if they're black, so-called black, white. You see that finger gesture or the 3 6s like that. They're working with the elite. Just because you like them, don't mean they ain't working with them. If they're a big developer, a big producer, or whatever it is, a talk show, a movie, a music artist, a software, you start seeing them symbols, they're working with Satan. All right, they're working with the so-called Illuminati. All right, with the elite. All right, meaning they got an agenda they're pushing forth with that software, with that product, or with that talk show. All right, so they'll always say something, or they'll never say something. All right, that was it. I have one more scripture I'm going to bring. Did you have something you want to bring up? Okay, I have one more thing. One more thing. Block that out. Block that out. Lost sheep of the house of Israel. Oh, Psalms. You only have I known. What Psalms? 137 or 148?
Yeah, 147. Whoa. Yeah.
147?
It's one of them. It says Psalm 147 and 19.
Good.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. Oh, maybe you're talking about Amos.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, you read Amos too, but that links up with Amos and that links up with Revelation 2 and 25 on down. All right? And many other scriptures. All right, we'll end it on Amos.
Amos 1, or Amos 3 and 1, it says, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore will I punish you for all your iniquities.
Right. So we know the Lord dealing with the children of Israel. And Romans 9 chapter we read. All right. So only the elect are going to believe. So I hope y'all were edified. Shalom to the next message.
Shalom.
Shalom.